Giacomo, thank you so much for speaking to us. A very busy man at this conference. Every time I turn around, you've got a different group of people biting your ear off. But so yeah, it's a pleasure to speak to you. How are you?
My pleasure. I'm fine. The conference was great. Baltic on Badge is getting better and better every year. Also, I'm coming from scaling Bitcoin in Tel Aviv, so it has been a very important week, let's say. But it's so nice to see. I mean, this is the core of the so-called Bitcoin community. Bitcoin is not a community because it's a tool that can be used by everybody.
Yeah.
But building these tools, there is a community, which is the best I've seen in my life, and it's basically all here.
We have to reference this amazing T-shirt you're wearing as well. I know you did a talk, and there is a reason behind it. Do you want to explain the reason behind this
Yeah,
T-shirt?
especially for the viewers that
Everyone
don't
is
have
very
any
confused right
yeah,
now.
maybe you don't have a context for this. So last year in Riga at Baltic on Badger 2018, I gave a talk about Bitcoin maximalism, and I said what I think. But I was ironical I was sarcastic in exaggerating the toxicity and meaninglessness of Bitcoin maximalism. So it was like a lot of inside jokes about how evil Bitcoin maximalists are, and I exaggerated that point. And some people, missing the context of the conference, they got seriously triggered by some slides, and so there was a lot of memes on the internet about how toxic I am. So this year I tried to overcompensate in the other direction, and I said basically the same things, which are the things that I believe are true, but playing the part of a converted shitcoiner. And so my presentation this year was shitcoin apologism still manned, and I tried to make the arguments that shitcoiners don't make because the reasons why shitcoins are good, and we should be thankful for the existence of shitcoins. And basically my point were that we should be thankful because shitcoins create a filter for scammers, so they stay outside Bitcoin. That's a good thing. They create a distraction for governments, like a decoy, because they will target shitcoins, they will be confused by shitcoins, and also they may provide some money for Bitcoin development if somebody is, I made the example that many important scientists like Galileo Galilei, Tycho Brahe, they actually used to sell horoscopes to rich morons to do serious astronomic research.
Yeah.
That's something, I mean, I don't like it, but I understand if somebody building serious Bitcoin stuff have to accept some shitcoin money. They are just making Bitcoin stronger.
It's so great. I love, I've seen lots of interviews of you in the past as well, and it always make me laugh, and I really enjoy them. I think it's someone like you speaking as freely as you do about the topic as well is really going to bring people in. That's what I wanted to say at the beginning. You said like it's not a community because everyone can use it, especially with Bitcoin. In that sense, what do you think are some of the kind of barriers to entry to kind of more mass adoption?
Well, it depends what you mean with Bitcoin again.
Yeah.
If you mean the community of builders, the communities, the network of communities of builders building tools for Bitcoin, then the entry barrier is kind of high because you have to have some kind of. I mean, Bitcoin is a security-sensitive technology. It's not like your general browser extension to do something funny. It's not a video game. It's something where people's privacy and money and value is at stake. So you have to pass through a very serious scrutiny, a very serious peer review, a very harsh peer review, and many people are not used to that. They're used to launch a app and everybody is happy because the app is funny with nice colors, but actually you have to prove that you have security, that you are respecting privacy. So contributing to Bitcoin, especially at the base layer, is kind of hard. Contributing to Bitcoin at upper layers like the Lightning Network and more the application level, the service level, is less difficult actually. It's the barrier to entry there is lower. Of course, the problem there is still the monetization models, revenue models are still not very clear, because imagine you build the perfect Bitcoin wallet. So you cannot patent it because it's open source, everything is MIT, and it makes no sense to patent it or take it closed source because people could not check your code, so it's not a good wallet. It doesn't make any sense to store the data of your users because it's about privacy, so you don't have to store any data about your user. So what is your monetary model? It's not clear, right? So to contribute to Bitcoin is not easy yet. It's getting easier and easier. While to use Bitcoin, that's an entire different set of people and a different problem altogether. Bitcoin, in the first sense, Bitcoin is a community. I think it's a community, even it's a very multilateral, multi-phase community, because in order to build Bitcoin, you have to have some strong belief. While to use Bitcoin, if you need dark money without avoiding government censorship and surveillance, you need Bitcoin. If you need hard money, escaping inflation and devaluation and manipulation of interest rates, you need Bitcoin. So if you need Bitcoin, you can be my friend or my enemy, you can be ideologically this or that, it doesn't matter. You still need Bitcoin. So it's as a tool, Bitcoin is not ideological. Bitcoin is completely, I think it was Pierre Rochard, I think it was him naming Bitcoin the money for your enemy. Is the kind of money that your enemy would use, which is a very good definition.
Giacomo, thank you so much for speaking to us.
My
An
pleasure.
absolute pleasure trying to hunt you down for a couple of days now, and I finally got you. So amazing. Thank you so much.
Thank you.